What's up, Masters? Portal 4 Master with another video, and today we're going to be doing my cube collection of 2019, and this is not the whole thing. It's only some of it. I have cubes over here, so I'm looking over here. I'm back to YouTube for, like, today, and then I'm never going to upload again. As you all know, it's, like, kind of my thing. Well, anyway, let's just get right into this. I don't feel like making a 5-minute intro like I normally do. So, the first cube is going to be this big 3x3. It's like a lamp, but it has to be plugged in to turn on. It turns. It's fully functional. I guess it's okay. I mean, it doesn't have corner cutting really. Backwards, reverse corner cutting is this is normal corner cutting. It can't even cut half a piece, and backwards corner cutting. Reverse is it's nothing. You can't reverse corner cut. Look how much that's turned. You can't reverse corner cut on it, but I mean, it's cool to solve, and it's nice and big, so yeah, I mean, I like it as a cube. I'm going to put it down here with all of the other cubes that I'm going to review. So yeah, next cube. Next on the list, I'm going to grab a random one out of here. Oh, it's this thing. What is this, a Kibby Minx? I'm not going to say, I don't want rants. But yeah, this thing, it's alright. I mean, it's a Megaminx with 2 instead of 3. It's pretty easy to solve. It didn't take me long to figure out. I don't solve it ever. I don't time myself on it because I just find it boring. And if I'm going to solve this, I might as well solve a Megaminx at that point. But, I mean, it's alright. It's cool to have in my collection. And, yeah, I enjoy solving it sometimes. If I pick it up and it's scrambled, then I just solve it, and it's kind of cool. Next cube, I'm not reaching the basket for. It's the square one. It's a Chi square one. I like its turning. It's good. That's all I really have to say. It's good. I've hardly tried any square ones ever. I've tried like 2. And I like this one better than the other one, so I can solve it in about a minute. I'm pretty slow at square one. I can make a video on that if anyone wants to see it. Just leave it in the comments, and I'll make a video of me solving a square one. Why not? But yeah, I mean, I like it for puzzle. It's more challenging than a 3x3, which I like, but it's not too challenging that it takes me hours to solve. And it's unique. I really like it. It turns really well. It corner cuts nicely. Reverse corner cutting is not really necessary because it's just going to turn a different piece. No magnets in it. I don't have a magnetic square one. But, I mean, I really like the cube. It's fast turning and stable. And, yeah, it's my main. Obviously, it's the only square one I have. This is the model cube. This one's up next. I got it from Target for, I think, $20. I don't really solve it. It's got really nice turning, but I don't solve it because it's difficult. Each side, no like 2 colors can be on the same side together. This is it when it's solved. But I mean, I enjoy the cube. I looked up a tutorial on how to solve it. It's kind of weird, and it's the same solve every time. There's no variety in it. So I mean, it's alright. I don't really solve it much. I've solved it like 3 times ever, but I like it as a cube. Next up on this list is a 7x7. I don't know what brand it is. It says 5.5 cube if anyone can figure out that brand. It's got pink instead of red, which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I've ever showed this off in a video before. The turning's alright. I mean, it's pretty fast. It's pretty stable. I don't feel like it's going to explode. But the corner cutting's not the best, and, like, as you can see, just trying to, like, do a T-perm with fat layers. I mean, it's alright. It just locks up a bunch. It's an enjoyable solve if I ever feel like solving 7x7. It's a good cube. I'd recommend it for any beginners on 7x7 that don't want to turn too fast, but they just want to be able to solve a 7x7. Not sure the price of this one, but I mean, it's a pretty good cube. I like it. And, yeah. Next cube. Well, this is the Megaminx, which is actually the 3x3 version of the Kibby Minx or Pyraminx, which I reviewed earlier. Now this, I'm not sure the brand either. It's a Chi. Okay, there's a logo. It's a Chi Megaminx. I like the turning of it. It locks up a bit, but not really that much. Overall, I love the cube. I solve it whenever I feel like scrambling it, which is kind of annoying. But if I ever feel like scrambling it, I'll solve it, because Megaminx I find to be actually kind of fun. I don't really time myself on Megaminx, I just kind of solve it, which I'm sure some cubers out there will understand that. But I like sometimes getting to the last layer and spending like 5 minutes just to try to figure out my own new algorithms, like variants of 3x3 PLL algorithms or OLL. and see just what works for the Megaminx, faster ways to solve it without looking up tutorials. This is kind of my cube that I want to get fast at without tutorials, but I'm nowhere near there, and it takes a lot of like practice and just figuring things out to do that, so it's going to take me a bit, but overall I love this cube. This Megaminx is turning, the turns are really well, it's got decent reverse corner cutting, not really much, but you don't really need that for a Megaminx. But overall, I love this cube, and I solved it a lot. Next up is the Master's Cube, which I got at the same time as the Molecube. Well, not the same time, but same place, same amount of money. It's basically just a skewed, it's like a skewed picture cube, I guess you could explain it. If anyone wants to buy this, if you know how to solve a cube, you're going to know how to solve this. If you could just figure out one algorithm, which is just the sledgehammer 6 times, and then you turn the centers. That's pretty much all it is. I figured this one out on my own on the car home from the store, actually. And since then, I haven't really solved it much. I feel like if I could go back, I wouldn't have bought this. But I mean, it's fun to solve every now and then. If it's ever scrambled, it's another one of those that if it's scrambled and I see it, I'd pick it up and solve it. But if it's not scrambled, I don't think I'd really scramble it too much. And yeah, it's really not that complicated. Next up on the list is actually an old cube that I don't know if I ever showed on camera. It's the Megamorphix. Oh, that was a weird. It's like the 2x2 version of the Megamorphix. Like the Pyraminx or something. I forgot what it's called. But it's pillowed. It's a pretty interesting, it's like a 2x2, but it shapeshifts, and it's kind of interesting to solve. I don't really solve much on it, but it's cool whenever I do end up solving on it. And it turns pretty nicely. It doesn't reverse corner cut, I don't believe. No, it doesn't. So it's not really hard to match up the layers though. Normal corner cutting's alright. Turning is very, very smooth. Not very quiet though, but that's fine if you're not really looking for a quiet cube. And something I like doing a lot is, like, especially on the one that wasn't pillowed like this, you just do this, so it's one corner twist, and you ask a non-cuber to solve it, and they try to like turn it, but you can't turn the corners on this no matter how hard you try. And then you just do the algorithm. It's always fun to see them struggle with it. I guess I'm weird for liking watching people struggle. I don't know. It's just, overall, I like this cube, and I'd solve it the same time I'd solve like the Master's Cube or the Kibby Minx, Minx. I just solve it if it's scrambled and I pick it up. Next up on the list is the Pyraminx. This is a cheeky Pyraminx. Whoa, okay. It's got hair on it. Fun fact, I hate Pyraminx. I'm just going to put that out there. Some people are going to get a little mad, but I just don't like Pyraminx. It's really easy to solve, and like all non-cubers go to competitions and just do Pyraminx. I just don't like it. Like, I can solve it pretty quick, like 15 seconds on average probably, because if I just, not doing tips, I'm much faster. I don't like the tips on it. That's kind of annoying to me. And overall, I just don't like the solve. But this Pyraminx, if you like Pyraminx, the Shangsha Pyraminx is nice. I don't know if it's, I think it's ball bearings. I doubt this has magnets in it. But, yeah, it is ball bearings. It, like, clicks into place nicely. You don't really have to worry about corner cutting or anything because it just clicks right into place. Tips also click right into place. It's a nice solve if you do solve it. If you solve Pyraminx, I'd recommend this one, I guess. It's not too fast if you're uncontrollable. It's pretty controllable and stable. And yeah, it's an overall good Pyraminx if you enjoy the event of Pyraminx. Next up, I guess could be expected. It's the 13x13. Missing a ton of stickers. I gotta re-sticker this thing eventually. But I love this puzzle. I've solved it a couple times, not too many. But it's just so nice to turn and have. I haven't solved this in forever. I need to resolve it. If it didn't have missing stickers, I definitely would have by now. But I love this cube so much. It's, the performance on it is really nice. I don't think I really need to be reviewing a 13x13 this, but it's just such a nice cube. It's so big, it's heavy, very enjoyable cube, and I just absolutely love solving this thing whenever I scramble it. And I love this cube so much, but a lot of you out there probably won't be able to get it, which makes sense. But if you do get it, just know that you're going to enjoy it. If, like, you already bought it, just know it's not a waste of money. Next up, might as well do another big cube. This is the 9x9. It's missing a corner because I dropped it. This is also a very nice cube. I love solving this one so much as well because I can solve it in like an hour and a half maybe. And it's so nice to solve. It's so nice to be able to solve a big cube, you know, that doesn't take all day. and you can just scramble it up and know that you'll be able to solve it pretty easily. I don't have trouble with this. I love the solve. I love the turning. The only annoying part is the 3x3 where you have corner twists because of this missing. But other than that, I love this cube so much. And I would recommend it to anyone that wants to get a 9x9. Another big cube. I forget what this is called. I think oh yeah, Gigaminx. Sorry. It's like a 4x4, 5x5, I think. The variant of a Megaminx. You solve it the same way you solve a 4x4 to 3x3. This to a Megaminx. It turns alright. I mean, it's not the best turning, but you don't really need really fast turning on this. The outer layers are really small, as you can see. But it's kind of hard to grip them sometimes. It's a little greasy. I haven't solved this one. I've solved it like 3 times total. I enjoy it whenever I want to solve it scrambled maybe. Or I just scramble it up and solve it if I'm bored. It's a really nice cube to solve. I'm missing 2 stickers on it, but it's not that much of a problem because they're right next to each other on the sides, so I can easily tell which one's which when I'm solving. And yeah, I'm going to have to resticker this one as well eventually, but as of right now, I really enjoy solving this whenever I get the time. Carbon fiber 5x5. This is a bit weird. It's not really the best corner cutting ever. Stability isn't the best. It kind of feels a little tight. Stability's fine, I meant tensions are not the best. It's a little tight. I might have to loosen it. But I mean, it's hard to recognize obviously because it's carbon fiber and it makes the 5x5 a little harder. But I mean, I like this cube if I ever want to solve 5x5. This is the only 5x5 I've had, so I go to it. And I mean, I like solving it whenever I have time for 5x5 and trying to figure out new little things, kind of like the Megaminx, that I figure out on my own and improve my times on 5x5. It's gonna be quick. It's a mirror block that's missing an edge. I mean, it's cool to solve. If it wasn't missing an edge, I'd probably solve it a lot. But yeah, it's missing an edge, so I guess I'm not solving it much. It's just been on my shelf, never really solved. I ended up solving it like in a video maybe in the future, or you know what, I'll solve it right now just so it's not too quick of a review. It's a good cube if it's not broken into millions of pieces, but when it is, it's not the best, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Mirror blocks is really fun. If it's in one piece, it's an enjoyable event. And now I have a corner twist. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get mirror blocks, like if you're thinking about it and you're wondering, should I get it? I'd say yes. I like it as a cube. It's pretty fun. And fun to solve. Yeah, I'm not going to solve this right now. I'll just edit it out and come back when I'm done solving it. So I solved it. It's still missing an edge. I didn't find it. Next up on the cube list is a XMen Wingies cube that's missing 2 corners, or no, all the corners that are able to be taken off. It's just, I don't know why I took off all the corners. One fell off and got lost, and then another fell off, and I just decided to take them all off. I have a normal XMen Wingies cube. It's not with me right now, but I know where it is, and it's not going to be in this video, because I didn't feel like there's a point of putting both of them in. I mean, the XMen Wingies cube, obviously, a lot of people know it's a great cube. I love it. It's really enjoyable to solve, and I think it's the best on the market still. I'm not sure if there's been a cube that's passed it yet, but overall, it's a great cube to solve, and I like it without the corners. It's kind of interesting, making it a fun cube solve and really quick, like an Ivy cube. 3x3's up next. This is McGann. Everyone knows McGann. I've already done a review on this, so I'm not going to do another one. Yeah, I might as well scramble it right now. I'm not going to solve it, but I'm just going to scramble it. I'm going to go through this one really quick because you already know about it. If you don't, just go to my review that's already on my channel. Where's it? Where the heck? Sorry about that. Next up is my MGCP 2. I love this cube. It's almost better than my McGann. I have my current PBs on this. Average of 5 PB is also on this, and I really like it as a cube. It's got primary internals, as you can see right there. Kind of stickerless. It looks kind of weird with stickerless primary internals if you're not used to it, but I'm used to it, and I love this cube, and I solve in it all the time. Next up is 2x2. I don't know what brand this is actually. It's an alright 2x2. Corner cutting's okay. Reverse. It's alright. I mean, I guess it's not that good for 2x2, but like 3x3, this would be alright corner cutting. So overall, it's not a bad 2x2. This cube's gonna be a pretty quick review. I like it's good turning. I like that. I could probably get like 7 seconds average on this, which isn't terrible for me on 2x2, but it's also not great. So yeah, I guess I'd recommend this 2x2 for any beginners, but I'm not sure which one it is. Next up on the list is my other 2x2. This brand is actually Chi. It's loud, as you can hear. It's pretty fast. It's not really smooth. It's more sandy-ish, I guess. The pieces aren't close enough together. It's not tensioned properly, so they're not really close enough together to get like that sandy feeling. But I feel like if they were pushed a little closer, you'd probably have that feeling. But yeah, this is very tensioned, like not properly, which means corner cutting. It's all right in the cube, like as a whole. It's okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. But like when you're turning really fast, it's really hard to get the turns to be accurate because of how loose it is. So it catches up a lot during solves. But I mean, the Chi 2x2 is pretty good if you want to get into 2x2. This is a good one to start with since it's a little slow, just like that one. Like, since you turn slow, it's not going to really hinder your performance if it catches, because you're not really going to be catching a lot, sorry. But it's a pretty good cube, and yeah, I mean, I'd recommend it to beginners. Chi 2x2. Not sure which one exactly, if there's multiple Chi 2x2s, which I'm sure there are, but yeah, it's just one of the many. Next cube is a little weird. It's a gear ball, but it's actually, I took off all the centers, which makes the solve a little more complicated. So it's like a void gear ball. Also, these two yellows are missing, but gear ball's pretty cool. It's just a standard gear ball from Target, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's not that hard to solve. It's good turning, obviously. If you've ever had a gear ball, it feels the exact same. It just doesn't have the centers in it, so the solve is a little different, but the turning, the performance, none of that's really different at all, which is a good thing. But, I mean, I love the gear ball. The gear ball's really fun for me. It's another one of those cubes that if it's scrambled and I see it on the floor, I'd pick it up and solve it. But I don't think, like, I don't really be solving 3x3 and, like, go to different events and choose gear ball as one of the different events. But I still solve it. I find it to be a really fun puzzle. One of the last puzzles are this 4x4. This might be the Moyu Aosu, I believe it is. But it's really fast. And I love this 4x4. It's one of my favorites. The corner cutting's all right. It's not the best. Like, it's not modern 4x4 corner cutting, but for its time when it came out, I'm pretty sure it was very good corner cutting for 4x4. It's my main. I solve on it a lot. It's the only 4x4 in this video, and yeah, I mean, I really like it. It's very smooth. It feels almost clean to turn, and yeah, if you want to get a 4x4, it doesn't cost that much. You can just get the Moyu Aosu, because it's a very good 4x4 for beginners and maybe even better cubers, but there's way better ones out there now. So I'd recommend the Moyu Aosu for beginners that don't look like they want to, don't want to not look like they want to, don't want to spend too much money on a 4x4, but they want to get one that can turn better than like a Rubik's brand, for example. So yeah, Moyu Aosu, very good 4x4. I love solving it, and I mean, I'm pretty happy that I got it. It's time for I know this is kind of out of order, but there's a 2x2, sorry, and I forgot. It's my carbon fiber 2x2. This thing turns actually very well. It's also pretty loose, but it doesn't catch as much because the corner cutting is a bit better. Like, it can actually corner cut pretty far backwards. Forwards, it can corner cut like almost half a cubie. But I mean, I love this 2x2. It would be my main if it wasn't carbon fiber, I guess. But it makes look at really hard with it being carbon fiber, obviously. So it is not my main 2x2. And I mean, it has potential. Someone can like use this mechanism and make it non-carbon fiber, or I could take the carbon fiber stickers off, which I might do in a video in the future. But But, I mean, I like it. I'm not complaining about it at all. So the final cube, and probably the best cube in my collection that I've never showed off in a video before, is, it's amazing. It's super fast turning, great corner cutting. You can corner cut pretty much anywhere on the cube. I don't think there's a single spot that doesn't corner cut. It is this Rubik's 2.0 core. It's a ball core, as you can see. Like, if you turn just once, it turns so many times. Like, look at that. And it corner cuts anywhere. Like, it's just an amazing it's an amazing all around cube. And I would definitely recommend buying this from portal4mastershop.com. That doesn't actually exist. Don't go to that. But yeah, I sell these. I sell fidget spinners. Like, look at this fidget spinner. Like, look at that. Fidget spinners are still a trend, right? Yeah, I mean, that's it for the video. I think there's not really much else to do. I went over all my cubes. Yeah, except for this, which is... I'm not making a joke again. But yeah, I mean, thanks for watching. This was kind of a weird video. Kind of came out of nowhere on my channel, and it's not really what you'd expect for me coming back to YouTube. And I'm not going to be back for a while, most likely, because that's just my habit. I can't upload consistently at all. Or talk consistently at all. But that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.